You know, after Hugh Jackman's incredible Logan last year, I was hungry for more, so I loaded up the Marvel Comics Unlimited app on my iPad and I started reading the Jeff Lemire Old Man Logan series. And it kicks off, they start him fresh from #1, obviously with a nice tip of the hat to all the work that Mark Millar and Steve McNiven did when they sort of introduced the idea of Old Man Logan back in the day. This one is kind of lifting from there, and there's been a lot of stuff that's happened, and frankly I haven't read all of that stuff, so I don't really know all of the things that the issues start sort of referencing and pointing towards. But basically we pick up and Old Man Logan is a shattered husk of what he once was. He lives in a place called the Wastelands, and he's dealing with the death of some loved ones who have fallen along with a lot of other people that he cares about in this sort of great supervillain uprising. And the idea of the Hulk having family members that carry on his lineage that become just evil incarnate, and they use their power and destroy all kinds of innocent people, including Logan's beloved family, and it just rips Logan's soul to shreds. And so we pick up with Logan dealing with all of the trauma of all this death around him, trying to kind of lick his wounds, and he's a really tough character to kill, as we all know, because of his self-healing abilities. I just was really struck by the maturity and the humanity in Lemire's writing. This is something that this guy has been able to do in all kinds of comics, including Animal Man for DC, and his Essex County series is absolutely incredible as well. And it's just amazing that he can transpose that level of craftsmanship and skill in being able to humanize these extraordinary characters and make us feel for them like we do. And Old Man Logan is such a tragic character. We start off and we're in the Wastelands, and as the show progresses, I call it a show because it's so cinematic, but as the series progresses, Logan tries to escape the Wastelands and he returns to his beloved Canada, and Lemire is Canadian, so I think there's lots of great subtle homages to, Canadian places, but also Canadian characters. The Alpha Flight makes a reappearance in Old Man Logan's tale in Lemire's arc. And so he goes to Canada and he gets discovered by some familiar foes, and then he gets, ripped to shreds, and he goes on the hunt for those characters, which leads him to Japan, and there's this whole sort of connection to a lot of the Japanese roots that Wolverine has had. He meets some incredible characters there, and then there's a time travel element that we also get introduced into this series, and it takes Logan out of this sort of living hell that he's in, and it places him in something that's a little bit more familiar for casual Wolverine fans or casual Marvel Comics fans. And I have to admit, I'm still, even this many years later, still sort of navigating through all of these incredible stories, and that's why this Marvel Comics Unlimited app and the account that you have, it's basically pay like $100 and it's all you can eat from the issues that they have available, and there's tons of great comics in there. But Old Man Logan by Jeff Lemire and company, it starts with Andrea Sorrentino, who kicks off with some wonderful art. Then we move on to a couple of other different artists. I think the Sorrentino pages look the best and look the coolest and are in great sort of alignment with the the tragic storytelling that Lemire sort of delivers for us. I just love this fantastic arc that we get to go on, and I was riveted and I was tearing up. And Lemire has since left the book, but I believe it's still continuing on with other writers and artists, and they're sort of picking up the baton from where Lemire left it. But I was just blown away. I couldn't stop reading. I devoured them over the holiday break. If you don't have the Marvel Comics Unlimited app, I would highly recommend getting that, because you're going to be able to dive into all of these great Marvel comics. And if you do get it, regardless, find this series. I know they've been collected in trade paperbacks by now, because these started to come out in 2016, and Lemire left it towards the end of 2017. But his work on Old Man Logan is superb. What an unbelievable story he crafted for us, and especially if you're a big fan of what Hugh Jackman and company did with Logan last year. Incredible stuff. Old Man Logan gets a 9 out of 10 from me.